Don't.
That's why I thought I'd get that in before.
Yeah. Let's see. Gee, Doc, what are we gonna do tonight? Um, familiar. Not 100% sure. Not 100% sure what that's referencing, but
What we do every
hello.
night. Try to contaminate the world. Sorry.
Oh, it's Pinky in the Brain. I see. Well, hello there, folks. Welcome to a different sort of creation science theater. Tonight, we're just kind of hanging out, having just having a good time. Hopefully, celebrating the new year. And on that note, I'm uh, I'm playing a dinosaur game. Go figure. Let's release a few. They look like Toothless if he forgot he was on a diet.
And lost the wings.
Maybe he didn't lose the wings. Maybe they just became subsumed into his body.
Good point.
And we're playing with mods tonight, folks, and yeah, they're starting off with Chunky. But it turns out they need company, so it's going to be releasing a few more. Let's see, Deceiver, Scrubland, Dweller. Let's do the base skin.
I saw a Dimetrodon.
A Dilophosaurus, actually.
It looked like a Dimetrodon from Quick Flash. Because all I saw was a sail.
They're related.
I know.
But it is an open stream tonight, folks. So if you want to join us, feel free. The link is in the it's pinned up at the top of the chat.
So you can't blame me for any distractions tonight.
I'm sure I'll find a way.
It usually is my fault anyway, as well. Because I seem to be very good at creating distractions.
Yeah, you're gifted in some respect. All right, let's see. How do we make you happier? You want more sand and water. Okay.
It sounds like a cat.
Apparently, it doesn't need much ground fiber, so we'll try and remember that.
Again, sounds like a cat.
Well, it does. Oh, the sand does not count if it's underwater. Interesting. But it does count if it's under plants. You are some odd, squat fellows. And the last one is ready. That's actually kind of neat coloration. Kind of looks like a. Go ahead.
It still puts the chunk into Chunky Boy.
Yeah, but it kind of looks like a snake head, if you know what those fish look like.
Bad snake, bad.
Oh, gee, that's their rating? Oh, my. Like, I'm not sure what this one's doing. Oh, okay. Just kind of walking at an angle there for a second.
It's a mod, so I'm not expecting high praise from it.
Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, this is Jurassic World Evolution 2. Had someone just ask. Oh, dear. Oh. Hmm. We'll start building amenities, I suppose. Or can I actually just go ahead and research medium ones? Because the small ones suck. Yeah, here we go. Crawling out of a primordial ooze. I mean, yeah, kind of. They really are. They are so fat and such tiny heads. Kind of. It's crazy what large herbivores looked like before, there were any carnivores.
I was about to say that sounds more like an American.
What's the difference? Oh wait, they're both.
I just heard small head, fat belly. Sounds like an American.
I don't know. I've seen a few fat creationist Aussies recently. No, it's still a small amenity. I want a medium one. There we go.
All I can think of is Ken Ham and his little minion. I can't think of any others.
Oh, for Americans or
So, which one were you referring to?
I don't remember their name, but I know I've seen a couple. Or their names, but I know I've seen a couple.
I just think it's funny that they run away from Australia as soon as they can.
Yeah, I mean, from the sounds of it, Aussies are a little better at sniffing out BS than Americans. Or, well, I mean, it's comparative, I guess, because Americans are awful at it. I'm not wrong. Here we go. Start getting some money in here.
Yeah, every time I've seen a bunch of idiots spewing something in Australia, they usually get heckled, and then when they go, it's a particular Australian song that everyone likes singing when they leave.
Oh dear. I'm guessing it's one you're not going to be singing right now, right?
I can sing the first half.
Wait, what? Why do you like Liapleurodon? What the hell is this thing? Sorry, that honestly just mystified me there. It likes Liapleurodon? It's weird fucking little thing. Oh, well. Australia, the land of giant spiders, giant spiders, venomous snakes, and buff kangaroos. Yeah, sounds accurate.
It's funny when people react whenever I show them the Sydney funnel web spider.
Well, because the Sydney funnel web is like what most people think of when you talk about a scary spider in a movie.
It's not that bad. Okay, yeah, it is bad.
They're kind of horrifying. Sorry.
The males aren't that bad.
Oh, the tiny ones aren't awful.
The ones that get eaten every year, and
Yes, Liapleurodon is a pliosaur. Oh dear, I get a storm. Yay. Oh, of course.
you can blame that on me because it's raining here at the moment.
I didn't know you got rain.
I live in the tropics.
Oh, fair.
No, I'm Sydney. I was talking about the wave goodbye one.
Ooh, Thunderstruck's good.
That's another one we use for dealing with idiots in public.
Oh wow, this is a bad storm. Holy cow. And have a good night, Ember. Be well. Come on. I don't know why, but they made all the cars handle really terribly in this game. Like they're a
It,
special breed of bad.
it's because of the. Oh, sorry, the words now escape me. It's
For
the
both of
engine that it's
those.
working on. No, the engine.
Oh,
The
game
engine's
engine.
not designed. Yeah, it's not designed as a simulator, and simulator engines work far better for those sort of things, but it doesn't work too well in for 3D games.
Yeah. Oh well. Also, of course, I only got bones for the Codolorhynchus. Oh well, I can start making a Daphosaurus, I guess. Oh, I don't have enough scientists right now. Of course. It's because I just sent them off. Wow, my memory is fantastic.
Who are you again?
Some weirdo.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Successfully complete an expedition.
Oh, I found myself a 5-chambered geode.
Really?
Hmm. Now I've got to find someone with a 42-inch diamond sword to get it cut.
Oh. Oh dear, I'm worried how glitchy these are going to be. Um, at the cave I used to work at, we had some like weird chain contraption that would lock around a geode and then crunch it.
These are thunder eggs, so they're actually a lot more brittle than that. So you'd actually crush them.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the ones we were dealing with were really solid. Well, this one just got all the bad traits. It's skittish, out of shape, and it eats everything. Oh wow, and they cost a crap ton of money. There we go. At least the enclosure still looks somewhat nice. Even if it is filled with monstrosities. Apparently, the Adaphosaurus like leaves. So I shall give them leaves. Forest, leaf, sand. Yep. Oh, tell me more. You had a video come out that did well? Hey, glad to hear it, man.
I'm interested to know what some of those comments you had to get rid of were.
Yeah, curious. But also, what? Look at this! Like, damn, those are some colors.
Yeah, the sail doesn't look quite right either.
I think it's pretty okay for an Adaphosaurus.
Um, I don't think the sail overhung from that far to the rear on an Adaphosaurus.
Don't know off the top of my head. Let me. Oh, yes, Caden. I'm using a crap ton of mods. Uh, looks like it hung pretty far back on a Dilophosaurus, honestly. Like, it's a pretty big sail.
This isn't a game, Maya. This is Dino's family reunion from last week.
Wait, why are you fighting, girls? Am I really gonna have to make separate enclosures for you? Oh, sweet, free compies. But oh dear.
Sorry, I'm corrupting with Maya again.
I mean, yeah, you are. Missing sand. Well, explore more and you'll find more sand. There's a lot of sand. Come on.
I'm no one's favorite.
Oh, you're not that bad.
I just get damn it a lot.
Yeah, but it's mostly deserved.
You didn't have to ruin it with the truth.
Well, guess I will have to separate them because they're just going to keep fighting until eventually they kill each other. See, I should be able to split the enclosure.
Well, it's better than just killing you.
Yeah. Delete that. Could be worse.
Yeah, I still think the Adaphosaurus didn't have that sort of running back because you're looking at the skeleton and the. Oh, isn't a Adaphosaur a Daphosaurid? Because they're.
It's just a Dilophosaurus.
The aid is the one that had the overhang, and it looks fatter.
Oh, well, these are Adaphosaurus, I guess.
I actually think they've got them mixed up because that's an Adaphosaurid. Because they've got shorter and they're fatter.
Maybe. There. A little bit of meat for the compies, and I guess I'll knock out the Adaphosaurs. No, let's just call them Eds. That work?
Flappy flaps.
You know any fat Eds?
Well, I'm a bit of a fathead, but that's a bit different.
Barking? Oh no, it's eating. I thought it was barking. Well, these things are so weird. Just add a bit more water. And to the people in the chat, like I said, it is an open theater, so feel free to join us if you want. I'm sure we'll talk about a bunch of different things as the stream goes on. And we should actually have a few more people joining us soon enough.
And I get to torment them all.
There.
I think I practiced that a bit too much. Okay, you're better. Oh, no fib. No pillow talk from Al.
Aw, too bad. And apparently, Tell Me More kid is listening to Baby. Oh wow, that sale is having a few issues. Sorry. Apparently, Tell Me More's kids listen to music, and yeah, that might get the stream taken down. Sadly. Let's get some more Bacillodon. Staff center yet. There we go. How you like this enclosure? Ooh. That's actually a neat look too. Like, I do like that they put a lot of color on the sails.
I just don't think the sales are quite right.
You know, I can forgive them for having sails being a bit off. Like, just a little bit extra tissue. Oh, these really are thirsty girls. Goddamn. Why do you need so much water? You lived in the Permian. It's like when everything was toxic and dry. Just trying to give them like an extra few inches of space.
You're making this so difficult for me to behave, aren't you?
Yes. I knew you couldn't handle a few extra inches. I can feel you seething.
I'm not seething. I'm just going, must behave, must behave, must behave.
Crying out loud. Why? Why so much water? You chunky bastards have more than enough. You want more sand? Ah! Fine. Maybe I'll take some of your enclosure for the adaptosaurs. You can deal with it.
Well, there's always comments like I put into private chat. I'm sure that would get you into a bit of trouble.
Oh dear. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but at the same time, that's horrendous.
It's true, though.
And I'm not repeating that. That is horrific. There. You have water. If I put trees in the water, does it count for you? Yes, but it takes away water? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think there are actually very many skeletons of the Adaphosaur.
Might not be. some animals are known from very little material, but they get famous.
There is one in the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago.
I think I've seen that one. Here we go. Sand under your veggies. Oh, and he's going. Freaking running. Are you not expanding your area to include all this? Yeah, maybe I should sell one or two of them so they need less stuff. Mm. Yeah, I'll sell these two. I'm fine with just two of them. Okay, I don't hate sand. I hate how much these things love sand. Like, there's other things they can enjoy.
Like flood basalts.
They're interesting.
It would be traumatizing for them if they actually have genetic memory.
Yeah, maybe, actually.
It'd be a matter of, oh god, here we go again.
Yeah. Let's look at... Yeah, got silly little faces. Oh, are they about to socialize? Oh. This is an interesting behavior.
You might have some more of them in a year or two.
Oh, dear. It'd be really neat if that was in the game, but sadly, it's not. It's Jurassic Park. They all have to be female. No, they don't. Let me have little babies.
You could always have huge speakers to put out some Barry White and see what that does.
True.
It worked in The Simpsons.
Is that how they got Bart and Lisa?
No, Bart had something to do with mini golf.
I'm not surprised. Go. Research that. Let the staff center finish building so I can hire more scientists. Because apparently they need a break room and microscopes. Oof.
In truth, if they were scientists, they'd just need more stuff to look at.
Yeah, true. They're fake scientists. I'll take you. At the start of the game, like, you have really crappy picks. Honestly. Oh dear. Oh, tell me more's talking about parthenogenesis. It'd be neat if they did that in the game. Like, honestly, I'd be all for that. I really just want baby dinosaurs, I guess, is the thing. Because dinosaurs are adorable. Why are you panicking? Did a car drive by? Was the air slightly too loud? Oh, and now he sleeps. Okay. Like my cat. Really?
You just need to poke it harder.
Poke my cat harder?
Yeah, and then you get bit.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think he'd be too happy. Were you? For crying out loud, this game sometimes. I have to demolish places so I can upgrade the paths because the paths get wider and I guess they extrude into buildings.
So tell me more. With your series on the flood that didn't happen, are you going to bring up Tough and Toughite?
Um, he might. I remember telling him about it when I did my interview with him. Mm. Oh, hey, that's right. Godzilla from Godzilla 1998 reproduces via parthenogenesis, and they rip off some of the raptor scenes from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was.
That was a movie.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Godzilla?
I have not. I'm not a big Godzilla fan.
It's a bit silly, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
You could see where there's a person in a suit.
I mean, hey, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can build 2 staff centers. Ooh, now we're getting fancy.
So, what did you think of the Japanese New Year's Day gift?
Bonk.
What?
Just bonk. Hmm. You like rock and sand. Okay.
The aspect of genetic memory is some hypothesize that you actually can store memories within the genes if you can actually get the correct ones. But
That's what Assassin's Creed's based on, right?
yeah,
But there's like nothing really to it, sadly.
yeah, there's no reality within it. It's nothing's ever been proven.
Mm. Which I mean, it would be interesting, but
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things, but yeah.
yeah. Sadly, it is at least at present in the realm of science fiction.
Not necess- No, it's something more than instinct, as in you remember that your ancestor went to the toilet on May the 23rd, 1735, and you can remember everything that happened. That sort of memory, not as in instinctual behavior.
Yeah, like what's honestly like yeah, the Assassin's Creed games are probably just a really great illustration of the idea.
Yeah,
Like
it's a good
imagine
reference.
you could relive parts of your ancestors' lives, which for me would be a lot of potatoes. Oh dear, they are not healthy. Should probably research medicine.
Drugs, glorious drugs. Shoot them into the big guys. Yeah,
Into the
but
big guys.
I was talking about the 7.5 Richter earthquake that went off in Japan.
Oh, oh, I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were talking about that. When did that happen?
New Year's Day, a
Oh,
couple of hours ago.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, there was a 7.5 quake just off the coast, off the western coast of Japan.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I hope things weren't too bad.
Oh, they
Was there a
they
tsunami
evacuated.
with it, or no?
Yeah, everything they were able to evacuate, and it doesn't look like there were any casualties directly from it.
Oh, that's good. Like, tsunamis really are just terrifying, like all around. Like, what
Yeah,
do you do if you see one coming?
they knew this one was coming, and it was a 1 meter one.
Hmm. All right, let's see if these guys can stand some rocks. Let's do Taiga.
Yeah, I don't know if you use this site, but this will tell you everything. Japan has an incredibly advanced early warning system, and it was also on the close to the west coast.
Hmm.
So the combination of the two things, it wasn't a very big one, and well, the tsunami wasn't a very big one, and they were able to get everyone out of there pretty quickly.
That's good.
Unfortunately, it looks like 116 casualties,
That's less good.
but that's more to do with the earthquake than the actual tsunami.
Well, on that note, new creatures.
They need dental work.
A little bit. They're a little janky. Looks like.
It's more their feet that are the janky part. I've never seen footprints with those sort of impressions.
Bum, 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 bum. Codolorhynchus. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I researched cryptosporidiosis. They've just got to hit it with a dart gun. Wait, what is your? You don't. You don't like the Codolorhynchus? Why do you just have one red hand?
And look how their feet are actually turned in.
It's a little weird. That just says Therapsid. Okay.
Therefore, its feet should be turned out, not in.
I mean, did Therapsids have the present mammalian condition with the forearms or no?
No.
No. Okay. I am not that familiar with Therapsids, sadly.
You should know more about this sort of stuff than I do.
I like dinosaurs.
Yeah, I like earthquakes and volcanoes.
Yes, I agree. You're weird. Guess I should be glad the Codolorhynchus aren't eating the heads off the compies. I guess the Bacillodon We're gonna have to go to a new home. Of course. I'm not gonna make it too big. I don't know. I don't know what to have them cohabitate with, if anything. Huh, they do kind of look like they're from 65. Ugly as sin.
I'll say that's not nice, but it's also quite true.
I mean, they're therapsids.
Yeah.
They're not exactly pretty animals. At least most of the time.
They're more interesting than pretty.
Yeah. I'd say they're kind of like they're uncanny valley interesting. Because like you see so much from mammals and from reptiles at the same time. That's just weird.
Well,
That's
considering
cool.
they were basically experimentations.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that just true of evolution in general?
Yeah. Not if you ask Kent Hovind.
Well, no one should ever ask Kent Hovind anything. Except, how are your taxes this year? I made the joke.
There's going to be a payout sooner or later.
Eh?
We're going to hell, aren't we?
You say that like there's any doubt. That's
Good
your
point.
first mistake. Oh no, it's lonely. But then it needs food. Okay. Huzzah, you're not as picky as the other bastards. Why do you like Jihalopterus?
Why does that sound like a carnival?
It's a small pterosaur. Actually a very important one. It was one of the first major ones with confirmed feather impressions.
A pterosaur?
Yeah. And it's one of the main reasons why a lot of paleontologists are starting to just call them feathers instead of pycnofibers. Because they appear to be ancestral to Archosauria. Or at least have Ava metatarsalians. Jeez, I can talk. It is really interesting.
I'd never heard of a pterosaur with feathers.
Yeah, and it's not the only one. Here, let me. Well, the game's paused. Let's see.
I know there were theropods that actually had bat wings. They were interesting.
Yes, they're pretty neat too. Gehelopterus. So it was found in China, and let me get a picture of the fossil.
That would have been tough, so very well preserved.
I don't know that off the top of my head, but I wouldn't be surprised. And that's just true for a lot of things.
The large fossil beds in China, a lot of that's in volcanic ash.
Yeah, I think it's early Jurassic. But yeah, all that dark stuff, those are feather impressions. I think it has 5 or 6 different types of feathers just on it, like all over its body.
Yeah, that's definitely tough as well.
Huh?
The Rocketon, it's definitely a tough.
And then we found another pterosaur called Tupandactylus. Those are feathers.
That's definitely a feather.
Yeah, and it was on its body. It also preserved the head crest, so we know what its head crest looked like exactly. It had melanosomes too, so we know a bit about its coloration.
Hmm,
Yeah. So like
that one's a good find.
yeah, up here on the left is the head crest, and the rest are assorted feathers, and these are melanosomes. Pretty neat stuff. And yes, all mammals are indeed derived to the rhapsids. There we go. Da-da-da.
6.
Say, hmm?
Flight has been evolved about 6 that they know of.
6 different times?
Yeah, 2 of them are 2 or 3 of them are repeats.
Yeah, dinosaurs re-evolved flight at least twice.
Mm.
Po-
No, it would have been 3 times
possibly
because
up,
it would have been.
well, it's possibly up to 4 times.
Yeah, the aspect of flight is very confusing because what we got 4 main dynamic ways you could actually fly with what we
Mm-hmm.
have for our body frames, and there's been about 6 or 7
Mm-hmm.
evolutions of flight.
Yeah. Oh, so for Caden here, we're talking about 2. The first is called Gehelopterus, and the second is Tupandactylus. Um, and okay, so for flight evolving, yes, insects. I I don't know how many times that evolved in insects. Bree could probably answer that. Bats did. If we're talking specifically powered flight, I guess you wouldn't count things like sugar gliders or flying snakes.
They're on their way to actually going into flight. That's not a.
Yeah, which is very exciting.
Yeah, we've got lizards that can fly in that, well, glide.
Mm-hmm.
2 different types of sugar gliders and the snakes.
Yes. Um, and now with birds, I'm just going to take that as dinosaurs blanket. We have early birds, such as Archaeopteryx and Anchiornis. After that, though, depending on how it shakes out with Microraptor, that might be another instance of dinosaurs evolving to fly. Like an
Micro.
entirely separate instance. Because it's a derived dromaeosaur. Um, then there are the Scansoriopterids, which flew like bats. Like they had skin, wings. Um, Then the fourth possible one is a small dinosaur from Madagascar called Rahonavis. And we're not sure where exactly it goes. It's recovered as different things at different times. But if it is one of them, an Unenlogian, which is a specific type of dromaeosaur, then that would possibly also be another separate instance.
What was that one that they found was a fake that it turned out to be the one before
Uh,
Archaeopteryx?
Archaeoraptor, but that was found after.
But it was actually something else because it was predicted because it had flight feathers on its fore and hind limbs.
Okay. So So, so the fake is Archaeoraptor. Archeo or Archaeoraptor is several fossils smashed together. One of them being Microraptor.
So it was Microraptor that I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's half micro. I think it's about half Microraptor.
But what it had another name that it was actually given before it was called Microraptor.
Um, I don't remember if it was Darwin, but someone hypothesized that there should be a bird found with wings on its feet, and they called it Tetropteryx.
Yeah, that's the name I was thinking of.
So four wings. But then it was found, and we named it Microraptor,
Mm.
which is right here. And these kind of darker iridescent ones, that's the actual color. We know what it looked like. It's one of the dinosaurs we have definitive coloration for.
And there you go, Sydney.
Would it
That's
look like a raven?
Harks of the Raven.
Uh-huh. No evidence of legs turning into wings. Yet tell that to all the Microraptorines, because this isn't the only one. Microraptorines or Microraptorids? One of the two.
Mm.
But it's not the only one. And a lot of other dinosaurs appear to have at least some feathering on the wings. But let's see.
Yeah, and they weren't really flyers; they were gliders.
Um, that's been going back and forth. I think the current consensus is flyers, but not very strong.
Mm.
And yeah, this is the Archaeoraptor.
Yeah, that
As you can
was
see, it's a bunch of pieces stuck together rather crudely. Yeah, I think the front half was a Microraptor and the rear half was a Dromaeosaur, though I could have that backwards.
I know there was also part of a fossil bird in there as well.
Yeah. Oh, the tail is Microraptor. Okay. Do, 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 do.
I knew it was a composite. They took part of a bird, part of a dromaeosaur, and part of an unknown, which turned out to be Microraptor.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, Kent Hovind actually appears in in the Wikipedia.
Oh God!
But yeah, here's a more complete Microraptor, which is just oh, it's so stellar. It's so beautiful. But if you took all the feathers away, it would just look like another dromaeosaur, which is
Mm.
crazy. There was oh well, I should probably show the picture. But we have direct evidence of feathers in dromaeosaurs about Deinonychus size actually. Um, what was it called? What was it called?
Caden, you're just trying to give us Australian nightmares.
Oh, like they can do that.
No, have you ever seen the magpie swooping?
They dive bomb people who get too close to their nests.
Pretty much, and they're vicious in Australia.
Yeah, I've heard that. Man,
Mind you,
there's
plovers and curlews do it too, but that's besides the point.
it's another Gen Wan Long. That's it.
That sounds dirty.
Of course it does. Oh no, it was about 5 feet long. Never mind. I thought it was bigger. But another beautiful dromaeosaur. Yeah, there we go. I really want to debate a creationist on if dinosaurs had feathers.
It's not really a debate, is it?
Maybe, but like I can have an entire 10-minute opening just being a slideshow of different feathered dinosaur skeletons.
Oh, and this one was quite fascinating. We checked around here, and
Here's General Monk from China, Microraptor from China. We have Velociraptor from Mongolia. We have, I think Dakota Raptor might have feather attachment sites. Could be wrong on that.
I think Sue actually had feather impression sites.
Sue, no. I don't think any skin impressions were found with Sue. But we do have a Velociraptor ulna, which has divots that are associated with flight feathers on the hands.
Hmm.
And they're pretty common in other dromaeosaurs.
Poor Mark got nightmares when I pointed out that emus don't have wings; they got arms.
They do. They have a claw, I think.
Yeah, that's what defined them as an arm.
And it is completely vestigial.
There's no muscular in the arm at all.
Uh-huh.
But it has a claw at the end of it. It's just...
Uh-huh.
That's more terrifying than the fact being it's got them. It's more of... It's got these dangling things with the claw at the end. What?
But so to just a few things here. Magpie-like color scheme for Microraptor still work? I mean, you could draw it like that for sure. Because I don't know how many specimens we've analyzed. It's definitely possible there was some variation though. Velociraptor said wing-like arms, but probably couldn't even glide. True. But for anyone who's watched Prehistoric Planet, they actually show really well how they probably would have used their arms. They would have helped a lot in jumping and in like helping to cushion a fall. Also for covering your eggs.
Yeah, you've probably remembered the fossil that was found with its arms draped over the eggs. It couldn't have done that without we got fossil evidence to show. Yeah. I think that was Mongolia they found that one.
I think so. Yeah. This is a brooding oviraptor.
It would not have been able to do
used
that.
Its wings like this. It's really, well, wings, claws, whatever you want to call them, like that. They're incredible animals. But also like the wings on the arms. I mean, they can kind of help when running too, or for like display. Hold them up, make yourself look really big.
And they would also assist with turning.
Yes, exactly. So I've seen that, Andrew, and I am definitely gonna jump into the after show they're having, because I know at least one of the fossil sites he's gonna talk about. And I look forward to nailing him on that. Yeah. For anyone not in the know or listening, Standing for Truth is having another presentation by Paul Price, another creationist. He's going to say there's a fossil site in Alaska that that's a problem for evolutionists because the bones aren't as fossilized as we'd expect. So, Beamsy, when things fossilize, what in the ground is usually responsible for replacing the minerals?
It depends on what is the greatest amount of within the area, but a lot of the time it's usually silicates.
Oh, I'm just talking about like the transportation agent to move material to fossils.
Usually water.
Uh-huh.
Not always, but
Um,
it's the most common.
so ice doesn't do it near as well, I'm guessing, right?
I wonder why.
So if you had a bone bed in north, like as north as you could get Alaska, they would probably take a while to permineralize, right? Because it almost never thaws.
Yes, permafrost kind of affects lithification a little bit.
Yeah, like that's the whole crux of his argument is they're not as fossilized as they should be. It's like it's in Alaska, you dumbass, they're not gonna fossilize quickly. Doesn't help that they're latest Cretaceous. So they've
They've
oh
already
wow,
been
that
mineralized.
sorry, that animation's broken.
Yeah. You let's see. Is there any collagen?
I don't know.
No, there would
But
not be collagen in it. There'd be no collagen in any of the samples. So therefore, yes, it just fossilized as much as we'd expect during that period of time.
oh, let me clarify. I don't know because there might be like microscopic remnants of collagen or collagen fragments. But beyond that, I can't say. And I've
No,
never worked with the bones myself.
you wouldn't get collagen anywhere on the external parts of it. You might get it very, very deep, but
Yeah. Oh, and
to
sorry, I got to address this really quick. Andrew, don't apologize for starting tangents. That's what tonight is for. Like, it's fine.
how could they call themselves standing for truth when they lie so much?
Well, because they're standing for the capital truth, or capital T truth.
Which doesn't exist.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, if I ask you, is atomic theory truth?
I mean, it happens.
Yes, but there is no aspect of it is definitely a fact. It will still remain a theory, and therefore it would never remain as a defined truth.
I mean, could you argue you could say that there are like it's an atomic law at this point because everything we always observe is always made of atoms, unless you get below the size of atoms.
Yeah, there will be variations within our understanding of it more, but it would just be a matter of we're never going to see an atom the size of a basketball.
As far as we know, yeah. Well, one with a structure consistent with other atoms. I guess is probably the only real caveat I would add to that.
Yeah, I don't think it would be an atom if it was actually that size, but yeah.
Hmm. Um. Oh, yeah. I know that I know he's talked about it before, Andrew. But a lot of creationists really don't seem to like admitting they're wrong, and they'll continue to hold on to their arguments. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've just been involved with the sciences so long, but like, if I'm wrong, show me, and if I am, I'll accept it and move on, knowing like accepting the truth. It it's really not that hard, and I wish other people would try to do it more.
It's the first thing you have to accept whenever you work in anything to do with the sciences. Everything you know could be wrong, and you have to accept that. If you don't accept that, you shouldn't be working in the field.
Mm-hmm. I could point that out. Yeah.
As much as you're tempted to say that everything has been shown and proven so much that it should just be fact, there's
Could
always
always
the
be
one
wrong.
issue. Yeah, there's always a minutia that there's something that we have misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. Show me the evidence the flood happened. No replies. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like I had a debate with McQueen. He couldn't give any evidence. And I am very happy to say I could oh, words. I cannot think. I was able to refute every point he brought up in that debate. And I called him out on his pivoting because he really loves to pivot when he realizes, oh no, they know what they're talking about. Shit.
And then talking about his friend of a friend from years ago about yada yada worked here and there. It just this has nothing to do with the point.
Mhm. Like, David, this is a debate about science. You and I both know what science is. Can we actually, talk science? Not
I
be
got kicked.
weasels?
Yeah, I got kicked for talking about stratigraphy. So,
Wait, when?
one of the open mics, I wanted to talk about the aspect of the way we understand how things are laid down in layers of the earth, and went into great detail in the aspect of how they also understand the lithification process and the mineralization process.
Mm-hmm. I mean, did you watch that debate, Beamsy,
Yeah,
that I had with like, all that shit about, like, he couldn't figure out what or understand what orogenies are. What the hell? Sorry, that just, I remembered that and it bugs me. But yeah, like they. Hmm. People can be disappointing, I guess. My 8-year-old can tell you what orogenies are. Good. Hmm. Well, he. I mean, I guess like just explaining it's a mountain building event. Like he probably understood that, but he just couldn't accept that an orogeny would expose lower layers of strata at the surface, and or like just lift them up in general. Because he kept going on about how we find these chalk deposits all throughout the Mediterranean and up into like the rest of Europe. All of that area has been lifted up by the building of the Alps and whatever the mountains are in Eastern Europe. Are those also extensions of the Alps?
yeah. There's been both orogeny events and uplifting events all the way through there. So, what's that saying?
Mm-hmm.
The stuff in Turkey is actually an uplift, not an orogeny. The orogeny is around through Germany, France, England, that sort of area.
I mean, it really is basically just all of Europe, isn't it?
Most of it, yes.
And hey, Sydney, like, people can be wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are shown to be wrong again and again, you should admit it and move on. He won't. He will, like, you will show that he is wrong on something, and he will just pivot immediately to a new topic and weasel his way away from it. And that bugs me.
I still trying to get my head around how he was explaining the heat problem by using Play-Doh and plastic wine glasses.
Wait, he seriously called Greenland a continent? Oh, jeez. One of my college professors went to Greenland. Apparently, it's a neat place. I'd like to go there someday.
It's funny how Greenland's covered in ice and Iceland is nice and green.
Yeah, that's the old joke.
I know it's stupid.
I'd just like to go there because, like, there's a lot of early Triassic rock under the glaciers that is sadly slowly being exhumed. But it'd be really neat to see. Oh, oh yeah, he did that to me too. Tell me more. He did that to me a while ago. I forget who he was debating. One of the guys who usually goes after flat Earth. I remember that. Um, and I just told him, "Hey, I looked up this formation you mentioned. It's not like you're saying at all." And he just puttered away.
It sounds like T-Rock.
A little bit. I mean, to be fair, at least McQueen didn't try to argue with me about the lunar recession problem. T-Rock, I don't think he can understand the lunar recession. Like, it's not a problem.
Yes, we understand lunar recession. What's the problem?
Yes, the moon would have had to have been farther away in the past. Agreed. It also probably wasn't moving at the same rate in the past. Okay? And if you want to insist on it, that it would have like it could only be a billion years old. Like the moon could only be a billion years old and be circling the Earth like it is now. Okay. Um, that's not proof for a few thousand years. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Ooh, you're getting terabirds.
Yes. I, I have a few mods installed. Ooh, mangrove. Ooh, all different skins. Let's go. And let's see. Hmm. Let's give them some deer, actually. Some things they could actually hunt.
Oh dear.
Yeah, let's see how they go. Ooh.
That mangrove one looks good.
A hot damn. I don't know why it's glowing, but I like it.
Is that the mangrove one, like I think, or is it the?
This is mangrove. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Huh. Oh, and so Andrew, this is a mod. I have a lot of mods installed. Yeah, it look really, really neat though. I guess they like forest, which that's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely a terabird.
Uh-huh. Skull doesn't look great. I mean, terror birds basically just had an axe for a head. So this is supposed to be Titanus.
the one that was hunting horses.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Do we have a Titanus skull? Yeah, no, this is pretty spot on for the skull, actually. Oh, the proportions seem wrong. Yeah, I
Oh,
understand that. That's just terror bird.
yeah,
Oh,
terrapins are always proportioned wrong.
oh, this looks like the wrong proportions. Yeah, I know. They're terrifying. But yeah, the head is really spot on. And they're just weird as shit, honestly. Like
Yeah,
there's a reason why we call them terror birds.
yeah. As soon as you see them, you know what they are. They got a big meat
Uh-huh.
cleaver for a head.
Uh-huh. Oh, you're blue. I didn't see that in the dark. Oh, that's really neat.
Well, the mangroves know your favorite.
Maybe. Oh! Oh, that was adorable. This one's really pretty too. It's more like just a big hawk. Huh. And apparently they like Velociraptor. Hmm. Wait a second. Where was that at? Oh no, someone go save Mark.
Leave him be.
Well, I guess he's in Northwest Australia, isn't he?
No, that's exactly where he lives.
Oh, never mind. And
Remember,
you're
he
up this way?
did say, I'm directly east of that.
Hmm.
And the Monobarosaurus should be a lot further south than that.
I mean, could they get that far north?
No, we haven't found him that far north.
Hmm.
They're way inland on all cases, so.
I know they were found in central Queensland.
Yeah, they closer to where that padlock is on the first closest one down to the right.
Hmm.
You find them in north and South Australia, northwestern New South Wales, and central Queensland.
Hmm. Okay. I just looked up a town that's near there. Oh, apparently they have a lot of Cenozoic stuff.
Mm.
Hmm. Oh yeah, Australovenator in this game, which I think is pretty neat.
You can make any lizard legless. You just need to give enough to drink. But I've actually got a bunch of blue-tongued skinks around here.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. I can get 100% genome right off the bat. Minmi is also in this game, actually. Maybe I'll just make a little Australia enclosure.
And that would mean you would have to play Come to Australia song.
Oh, dear.
Come to Australia. You might accidentally get killed.
Surprisingly tame.
So what are you going to do with the Monobatosauruses?
Well, I'm gonna... Oh, wait, the Titanus are fighting. Oh! Look at that. Oh,
Their claws would be much worse than.
the animation's a little broken. Oh, wait, actually, that one running off. Oh, let me see the feet really quick. Oh, they got it. They have the little raptor claw. That's great. That was a recent discovery. Apparently, terror birds had the little dromaeosaur raptor claw.
And they would be far more terrifying than what you see on the murder birds.
I mean, like cassowaries?
Yeah, murder birds.
Yeah. I mean, which would you rather run from? Like, which do you think have a better chance of surviving? Keep in mind, better can be like a 1% chance versus a 0% chance.
I think I'll stay nice and safe where I am.
Oh, wait, someone's talking about walking with dinosaurs. Oh, right, the polar allosaur in Walking with Dinosaurs, now known as Australovenator, which I can never figure out how to actually pronounce it. So I keep going back and forth. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that taxon, Beamsy?
Not really.
Oh, they're neat. Oh yeah, and the giant Liopleurodon. Yep. That Walking with Dinosaurs had some inaccuracies, but man, I still love it. Like it's hard not to. Let's reduce that. Um. Hmm.
You also have to realize they're usually about 5 or 10 years behind when they come up with those shows.
Well, they usually it takes them a few years to finish production.
That's why they're usually 5 to 10 years behind.
Which sometimes it's not that bad. But yeah, it's could be better, sadly. But I mean, that's the march of progress, sadly.
It's like going to the Crystal Palaces and seeing the dinosaur sculptures there.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. Like, and it's a good thing that science moves forward, but sad. Like when Prehistoric Planet came out, that documentary, state of the art, and it already had some outdated stuff. Some of which was discovered like weeks after the documentary aired. I think specifically there was some stuff with the big sauropod Dreadnoughtus. They showed it. Like it shouldn't have had foot claws, which we only just now know, and they couldn't have known at the time.
It's why you have to accept that, yeah, those shows are only a guidance and gives you an idea of what we had an idea of, not what they actually are.
Yeah, I mean, you could think of them as time capsules in a way.
Mm.
Like they are what we thought when they were being created. And if it's outdated, well, okay, go out and do some more research and make them even more outdated. Make the next one even, well, at least a bit more up to date. Now, even that said, like they can still be just good entertainment. Like
Yeah,
as a piece of
as a piece of entertainment, they're good.
entertainment, Walking with Dinosaurs still holds up.
Just don't look at it for scientific accuracy.
Yeah. But then even saying that, it's not. Well, some parts have aged better than others. Oh, I did indeed see life on our planet, and I have very mixed feelings about it, honestly. Like, there was some stuff I liked, and some stuff I really, really didn't like. Like, most just their structure in general was not that great. Like, it kept swapping back and forth between past and present with very little explanation. Yeah, they had a great scene with terror birds and then a bad one. Well, I mean, there were two scenes. One of them started off great and then became bad, and the other one I enjoyed. One of them was a terror bird hunting some South American mammals. The other was two terror birds fighting, and then they got taken down by, or one of them got killed by a Smilodon. Hmm. You know, I don't feel this is an awful reconstruction of Muttaburrasaurus.
Well, we do have a lot of stuff for it, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I mean, you found pieces, right?
I've still got a vertebra.
Yeah. Do you know which, like, is it a caudal vertebra, thoracic?
It's the third from the end of the tip of the tail.
So tip of the tail. Okay. You girls like your trees, huh? Ground fiber. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, it should be primarily quadrupedal, right?
No.
No? Primarily bipedal?
It was primarily bipedal, but it did get around on its forearms as well, so.
Hmm. I mean, most large ornithopods, like, there's a very distinct shift where they go from bipedal to quadrupedal. But even like the biggest quadrupedal ones could still walk on two legs if they needed to. My understanding, but I wouldn't be surprised if that didn't hold true for all of them. Oh, and actually, I do have one of Muttaburrasaurus's close relatives from North America as a mod, which I can actually send out a dig team to start digging them up. They're closely related to a North American species called Tenontosaurus. Ah, there it is. Oh, it's starting to snow. Ooh. A few different colors here. Thoughts on climate change denial? I mean, it's sad. I wish it was less of a thing, but humans got a human, and sometimes humans suck.
Well, I think all the Nile should stay in Egypt.
Hmm, like a you're a dark purple. It's kind of pretty.
Yeah, they moved around on their hind legs, but when they were foraging, they thought that's when they actually got more on their forelimbs because their
Yeah,
forelimbs were a lot smaller than normal for their 3-ton range.
really. Huh. Interesting. I I think.
See, if you look at that one that you've got there, the Ladrosaur, see how it's
Mhm.
got longer and more sturdier arms?
Oh, the Tenontosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting. They're both. I believe it's Rhabdodontomorphs. Um, the specific group of hadrosaurs.
Yeah, I knew they were both hadrosaurs, but
And actually, they should be able to coexist. Hoping, at least. And yep, like ankylosaurids, so the like Minmi.
they're actually their behavior is actually pretty accurate for what they've been saying because see they get around on their hind legs, but when they forage, they go down on their forearms.
Hmm. And I mean, and we don't. Can't imagine we know much about their social behavior, but like living in a small herd doesn't seem too out of the realm of possibility.
A lot of them have been found in groups of
Oh,
about
hey, look,
20.
yeah, it's eating on all fours. Sorry, you were saying?
They've found them in groups of 20.
Oh, really? Huh. Well,
But that could only be a segment of the population, or only. So yeah, we have no idea.
well, I mean, it depends. Like, if they all died together, that's at least a decent indication that they might have all lived together. And that's a signal that we can't really throw away when it pops up because, um, like a lot of dinosaurs, you'll only really ever find one, maybe two, if you're lucky. So when you find a big herd or a big pack, it's usually a pretty good indicator that they probably lived in groups.
Mm.
Like when we find like fossil wolves, it's not uncommon to find a few of them in some cases. But it's very rare to find like multiple bears in one place, you know? Unless like a cave bear, which they would reuse caves throughout the generations.
Or if you've got something like a salmon run and a big flood comes through and washes them out.
Yeah, which could happen, definitely. But I know we have herds of like hundreds of Edmontosaurus. Let's see if I can.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
the
have.
problem is with Motobatosauruses, we've got a lot of places where they're just individuals, and then there's other
Mhm.
places in which there's 5, 10, 20 of them. So,
I mean, well, like elephants. Elephants spend most of their lives in herds, except for the bulls. The bulls will grow up in a herd, and then often they'll go off on their own,
yeah, that's
especially
what
if
I
they're
mean.
like must.
We can make those sort of analysis. It's just, is it true or not? We don't know.
We can't say for sure, but
It,
sometimes things can be shifted more or less likely.
yeah.
Yeah, and most large carnivores are solitary. Um, Herbivores, it goes back and forth. Like sometimes they're more sociable, sometimes they're definitely not. Like moose are very solitary, but white-tailed deer find them in herds all the time. Uh,
Giant ground sloth, definitely in a solo.
do we know that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, go to the La Brea tar pits and you'll just find, are they in the thousands of dire wolves by now? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to completely exhume the place, but you'd destroy them in the meantime. So, do you
Even
really
with
want to do it?
that's even with that said, like they've built up a really impressive collection.
Mm.
Okay, we got Tenontosaurus done. Dislikes Acrocanthosaurus and Deinonychus. Yeah, that tracks.
But you see what I mean by its forearms are a lot more built up than the Metabotosaurus's.
Yeah, it's definitely a much more quadrupedal animal. There we go. Something I do kind of like about this game is with how much you can modify the dinosaurs' genomes. You can engineer like a single alpha dinosaur that makes all the other ones need less food and need less space and tolerate other creatures better. Just a fun quirk of the game, I guess. But it's neat. Oh, these guys like fruit. Well, that's interesting.
That would be unusual for the time period that they were.
I mean, mid Cretaceous.
Mm,
It's not absurd.
not absurd, but unusual.
Might not be my pick, but mm. Here. Give them a little fruity area in this corner.
Not saying anything.
Beans, eh?
What?
Oh, geez, there they go. Oh, that was blue. Ooh, you're pretty.
An aquamarine one.
Yeah. I got the big tail, too.
Mm. But that's definitely a quadruped. It's almost
Yeah.
the exact opposite of the Metabotosaurus. It's predominantly quadruped and can get on its biped.
Yeah. Which it is interesting because they are in the same group of a very specific kind of ornithopod. Sometimes
I,
evolution does weird quirks like that.
yeah, I'm just more pointing out it was rather unusual for the size of those dinosaurs to rely on ground dwelling fruits.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, the dinos they clip through the trees. The trees are not solid objects. That is one of my qualms with the game. But at the same time, like with the number of trees you have in, having them as a solid object that the AI has to path around, that'd probably like tank your computer. I like how the back spines are like outlined in blue too.
I don't like the how some of the ones at the front are going in and out of the skin, though.
Now, yeah,
See,
they're probably tied to the rig of the animal.
yeah, they're just disappearing and reappearing, and it's sort of is it related to Wolverine or something?
Can't be perfect, sadly.
I know. I'm just me being silly.
Oh, hey, there's Jeholopterus. I guess I can research making flyers. Yeah, I can make an aviary. Jehalopterus. It's weird with the base game. The designs are hit or miss. For the DLCs, Frontier, the company that makes this game, they go all out, and they actually have a lot of just incredible creature designs.
Yeah, they didn't do that well on the base, but the DLCs are so far have hit them out of the park.
Uh-huh. And I mean, to be fair, at least for some of the base game designs, they had to stick with the movies for continuity. Which, I mean, that's not an excuse for all of the designs, but true for at least some of them.
I don't think this is a creationist one.
Oh yeah, this stream in particular is just hey, let's hang out, ring in the new year, just have a good time. We normally do talk about creationists, just not tonight. We do that every other week.
They still need the donut to sit down on.
A donut to sit down on?
Yeah, because you wrecked them.
Okay, everybody, have a good night. God damn it, Beansy.
Like I said, it's not the worst thing I've been told this week.
Oh no, don't apologize, Caden. That's okay. You're free to ask whatever you want.
What's a wigwam for Goose's bridle?
What?
What is a wigwam for Goose's bridle?
What is the wigwam for a goose's bridle?
No, what is a wigwam for Goose's bridle?
I genuinely have no fucking idea what you're saying to me right now.
It's a stupid question. It's asking where does Mother Goose store her goose's bridle?
Okay.
A wigwam is a type of teepee that actually is used from the Eskimo people. And, sorry, the Inuit people. My apologies. And a goose's bridle is synonymous with Mother Goose.
If you say so. But that's not like the hat thing she wears, right?
No, it's a bridle like a horse's bridle.
Okay. So Mother Goose is into bondage?
No, it's what the goose wears.
Yeah, I tried to take it into a joke. It's okay.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I have Oxalia as a modded creature. Oh, and there's a creature you'll like, Volcanodon.
Mmm.
You can probably guess how it got its name.
Nah.
So that's it. It is kind of a weird name, isn't it?
Well, it would have been found near a volcano, but...
Yeah, but still, like, volcano tooth?
At least it wasn't a bombardier's beetle.
Oh, like Asius Blastius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them a bit more room. I love these boys.
When it comes down to it, I fall within the broader definition of a creationist.
You're not a science denier.
Yeah.
So I don't think you fit.
No, I fall within the broad definition, as in a very, very broad definition.
I mean, I would argue an incorrect definition, but
yeah. No, you start falling into the young Earth creationists and the more defined things. Whereas because I'm definitely not a young Earth.
Wait, sorry, just a second. 6 Metaburosaurus near Melbourne.
That sounds about right.
I can't take in that many, but that's kind of funny. Is that a better location for them?
Yeah, that's about right. Even though I feel sorry for them being that close to cesspool, but yeah.
Is Melbourne that bad?
Uh, it's a large city. That's all I can say about it, really.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair. I'm from a small town. I'm not too good with big cities.
It's like in the US. It seems like every time you come up against a large city, that's where most of the problems arise.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Well, between our two largest cities, that's where 80% of the population is, so that explains a lot.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you can't live in most of the rest of Australia.
Australia is actually quite big, so you've got a lot of things to go through the along the coast.
Yeah, but the coast isn't that much of the continent.
It mm,
I mean, like in total land area, it's not that much of the continent.
it's about 23% when you come down to it. Remember, it's a big damn island.
Hmm, I suppose.
It's almost as big as mainland USA.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm. I
Just
guess that
picture.
means it's almost as great as the best country on earth. Oh, no.
You mean number
Uh,
17?
sorry, I had to make the terrible joke. I apologize profusely.
Yeah, it's under happiness index. What is it? It's 17th, I think.
I'd be surprised if we were that high. I'd be shocked if we were that high. Like, the only thing we don't have is an active war zone yet.
I'm glad
Depends
you
on how you
get that.
count all the school shootings. I'm not wrong. Oh, right. I should probably research a feeder for these guys so they can eat.
Oh, goddamn. Now we're going into the fat positive movement, are we?
Hey.
Never understand why they call it the fat positive movement.
I mean, they're positive for diabetes.
I'm more talking about there's not much movement.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Hey, everybody, welcome to the stream where we get canceled. Yahoo! Hey. I'm just kind of researching things. Wait, actually, for genetics. Oh, yeah, I can unlock new skins.
Oh, you've actually gone up from the other years. You're now at 15.
15? Oh,
Yeah.
huh. Legitimately surprising. Yes, all of the beautiful little chaos gremlins. All of them. Let's see. They're going to want some water. I think they like trees. So give them a few trees. Yeah, here we go. Oh, okay. I guess my park rating's up. Yeah.
Guess which country has
Behold, Behold these beautiful little gremlins.
They're the I'm never going to sleep again bat.
They are adorable, and I love them.
Guess which country has the smallest happiness gap?
Bosnia?
Afghanistan.
Oh, everyone's miserable.
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, that's.
I mean, it's kind of obvious. Yeah, they're these little guys, and they eat bugs. They're adorable. And there are even some select decorations they can interact with in their little home. Like they can sit. Off they go. I make these things in basically every park I make. Up and he sit. Oh, come on, camera. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, they are cute. I love them. I can also make a zip line in a park filled with dinosaurs. I'm sure nothing will ever go wrong.
Just don't put it over the mosasaur enclosure.
I just put it over the Titanus enclosure.
That's not that bad. They can't jump that high.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Oh, let's get some Minnie out here. Oh no, they have a chance of being born needy and weak.
I'm just more picturing him going over the mosasaur enclosure and just gulp.
Humble and docile. Oh, I really just said docile. And they eat ground fruit and ground nut? Really? Of course they do. Now, I can't believe Australia gets two tiny, adorable ankylosaurs.
You're just jealous.
A little bit. You also have Leonellanosaura. And I mean, come on, that thing is just so adorable. Not on that territory yet. There we go. So they've got enough fruit, but they need more nut. Oh yeah, for their social animation, it bites its tail. Oh, they're so cute.
It's so cat-like. It's just sort of oi, oi.
I mean, I'm not going to blame them. They're adorable and silly, and I love them.
Well, let's search for the Metabatosauruses you got, but
What was that?
it's suited with the Metabatosauruses you've got.
Weird decision with the Metabarosaurus?
No, it suits them.
Oh, it suits them. Yeah. Oh, it's grumbling at them. It is so much bigger. And yet Metabarosaurus isn't a particularly large ornithopod.
They are quite big.
For an ornithopod?
Yeah.
They're like 10 meters. Are they even 10 meters?
I don't remember. I knew they were about 3 ton.
I mean, to be fair, they're kind of chunky. Google says 7 to 8 meters. Yeah, they're like about average size.
Mm.
Oh, he's rolling in the grass. Oh, that was cute. Oh yeah, Australia has Rapator too, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. New South Wales. Oh, look, it's Alidar. No, Alidar's an iguanodon. I guess these are on that branch for Ornithopoda.
Yeah.
Raptidons are iguanodontiums. Also weird. This counts as a stegosaur? Okay.
Yeah, that's...
I'm guessing it's just the mod.
Yeah, it might be the mod.
Yeah. I think Volcanodon is a prosauropod.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it falls into there.
You look them up.
No, I've currently got a cat that's wanting attention.
Nah. Oh yeah, Alidar was a full-on iguanodon. Oh, I don't know if Rapator is dubious or not, but showed up on Wikipedia, which, I mean, I guess doesn't mean it has to be valid. I don't know. Don't know about that particular dinosaur.
God damn it, now I want to watch Bender's Big Score.
I haven't watched any of the Futurama movies in forever.
Yeah, you just made the sound of the scammers.
So sorry.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I don't either. Well, some days. Ooh, I can go Herrerasaurus and Fasolasuchus. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Have you been seeing the big stink over the translators that they're bringing in over at most of the animes?
Animes? I have not.
Oh, they're using AI for the localization now after a couple of little interesting additives into the latest lot of things.
Interesting how?
Well, have you heard of the Dragon Maid?
Yes.
In the Japanese, she changes her clothes and talks about, oh, I just got sick of the style, so I just thought I'd try something different.
Yeah.
In the Crunchyroll localization, she talks about the patriarchy, and it was the patriarchal gaze that she changed out of.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it completely changed what you were saying. One just got tired of wearing the maid outfit. The other one did it because of the patriarchy.
Yeah, no, she like that was a whole thing in that anime. It was like a fun misunderstanding. Like you chose the most basic maid? How dare you? Oh wow, this guy has he's a two-face with a red arm.
I don't want to know what he was doing with that arm.
You don't. That surprises me.
Well, it goes all the way to the elbow, so that's why I'm really worried.
Hmm. Was that in the latest season of Dragon Maid, or
It
you
would
know?
be.
Huh. Weird. I remember watching the first season when it first came out, but I haven't caught anything since then. Hmm. Odd.
There you go. If you want to see a good example of it.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Especially for that character. Yeah, no, she loved showing off. She was like fun.
Yeah, but now they're actually the people that actually did the translation. They're looking about replacing them for AI, and
When you're so bad, Funimation wants to have a robot do your job. Wow.
and basically they've exploded on Twitter saying how dare they make us lose our job, and
I mean, if you're not doing a good job of it,
you're
like,
not translating, you're putting in your own ideas into it.
I mean, I'm not the kind of person who will say there shouldn't be politics in anything, but like they get a fun little comedy anime. Really?
I like the
Specifically
aspect
like that.
of I always like the aspect of every every show and movie that I've really enjoyed does have a political idea behind it, but the story is what comes first. If you go the story and then the character, and then you can have a message after that, that's great, and you can actually tell those sort of stories. But if you just go the message as first, it's at the expense of the character and the story, and it makes the story crap.
Yeah, and I just realized what I said could be misinterpreted. Like
I know.
I'm not saying like anime can't, like you can't talk about an anime. You certainly can. But with like Dragon Maid is specifically just it is meant to be a silly comedy anime with slight romantic elements. Like it's not a political statement. It's just fun. Let it just be fun and you can have other anime that have serious commentary about politics. Like I mean Attack on Titan's a pretty good example. Like holy shit. And I say holy shit because of the the last movie. Like
Mm.
holy shit. Not going to spoil it for anyone who's curious about it, but check it out.
Oh, come on. What's bringing in the aspects of is genocide the right way to go about things?
I can't be racist if my race is the only one to exist.
Pretty much. You mean Macross?
What was that?
Robotech, Macross.
I am unfamiliar.
The actual universe it's set in is called Macross, so you would hear about them cross series. And Robotech is the first series that was actually localized to the United States.
Hmm. Oh, no. Hello, Bree. I'm actually creating dinosaur dens, which is fun.
I'm closer to a centrist, and I seem to upset everyone.
Well, to be fair, you're an Australian centrist, or, rest of the world centrist. In America, you would be very firmly in the left.
Yeah.
And, like, I, for America, I think you could say I'm as far left as you can go without people calling you crazy.
Ah, so you've almost to communism.
I mean, I think it has some fair points. At least better than their current system. Like, I don't know. It's complicated, and I will fully admit I'm not an economist.
Well,
But
you're in advanced stage. You're in
just
advanced
in
stage
general,
capitalism.
I am for the betterment of people's lives and the well-being of the environment. As long as we work towards those ends, that's all I really care about. If that makes any sense.
Well, I'm being demanded to attention, as you can probably hear someone rubbing against the microphone.
I cannot hear it, but I believe it.
Yes. No, no.
Yeah, that's true. No economic system is perfect. But I think you can embrace the merits of some systems without fully diving into them, if it makes sense.
Oh, you have fun, Doc. Hopefully, your other guests turn up soon enough. I've got
Oh,
to
you
deal with
gotta
this
go
fur
for Cat?
demon. Yes.
Oh dear.
Fur demon wants attention.
That is fair. Thank you for joining, sir.
Oh, well, at least you kept your company, and I was able to get a couple of demons into it.
Yeah. I mean, for the people in the chat, this is an open stream, so if you want to join, feel free.
I have a bad feeling that someone's going to put that bonk as a GIF for whenever I join a channel.
I'm working towards it.
Oh, no. At least you've got it there.
In the meantime, I actually am going to go for a half second. Gonna have a quick bio break, folks, and then I shall return. For now, I shall leave you with the Muttaburrasaurus and hope things don't go catastrophically wrong. And I am back. Ba-da-da-da. Hope everyone's doing well still. I see the Metaverse horse ran into the trees. Oh, dear. Well, if anyone wants to hop in, feel free. Probably be on for another hour or so. Unless someone wants to join, I'm just gonna keep doing dinosaurs. So, if we get a few people on, excuse me, if we get a few people on, I would kinda like to play a little party game. If anyone here has ever heard of, uh, oh, what's the word? Gartic Phone, the fun little party game you can play with friends. It's basically like Pictionary. It's a lot of fun. Uh, sorry, Bree. Sadly, I do not have any Simasukas. I wish I did, but I don't have that mod. At least not yet. Excuse me. What I do have is a Fasolasuchus enclosure build. Oh, hey, free compies. That's nice. I do not have Protoceratops either, sadly. Excuse me. There are, unfortunately, several dinosaurs I just do not have. I mean, hey, compies are cheap, and if they die, it's not bad for your ratings. They're like a good filler dinosaur, if that makes any sense. Like they're just nice to fill space in an enclosure and make it feel less empty. All they really need is a bit of meat, and they're happy. Oh, excuse me. Wait, these were in Munich? Oh, jeez, they gotta be freezing. See, I can put them in this enclosure. They don't attack anything, so they'll go with anything. A little bit of meat, and they're happy because they also like everything. Guess I need another medical facility too. Oh, I'm full of yawns right now. Let's see. Hmm. Just thinking to myself here. Before I make any new dinos, I'll get some upgrades. For the production. Whew. No Kulasuchus either, but I will be making a different type of Suchus soon. It's actually part of what I'm researching right now, is so I can make them look really cool. Hopefully. There we go. Yep. Guarantees egg synthesis. Fasolasuchus. Should be an interesting crocodilomorph. Apparently, they pair well with Herrerasaurus, which I have a mod for to make them more accurate. Because of course I do, you know? Whew. Here. Go ahead and set them up. I haven't started work on the femur yet, sadly. Got to go through some bureaucracy to actually get my hands on it, sadly. But hopefully, I'll be starting work on it soon. At least I hope. Really, two of the same pattern? I'll just have to prep a different batch. Whenever I do get to work on the femur, though, I will be uploading photos, hopefully pretty consistently. Just to, share my progress and let people in on what fossil prep looks like. All right, let's see Fasolasuchus. Ooh. Well, aren't you pretty? I guess this is the first big carnivore for my park. Oh, and I guess they're having it be a scavenger. That's interesting. It's not what I would have expected. It likes the trees. Well, hopefully that'll be enough for him as it goes deeper in the enclosure. Ooh. We also have some Herrerasaurus. Well, sadly, there's not much hope for soft tissue analysis. Um, the fossils I'll be working with are all Morrison formation, so they're a bit old to hope for soft tissue. Sadly, yeah, like a lot of trees. That should be enough. They'll venture more into the forest and they'll find their trees. Oh no, they're fighting. I'll go ahead and breed another couple Solasuchus. Actually, I gotta look up something really quick. Ooh. Death Valley coloration. Okay. Tyrannosaurus. I don't remember what that even is. Is this one not getting treated? Oh, it is. Okay. Change the vet unit for that, though. There we go. The other Fasolasuchus. Oh, it's going. Not sure why it's panicking. Seems to have calmed down now. Or not. Hmm. Oh, right. It's like a sauropod. I forgot about you. Hmm. See, does anyone have any questions about dinosaurs or something? That could be fun. Actually, on that note, I think I'll research some more dinosaurs. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Does anyone have any drinks tonight? I'm having some beers. It's nice. Tapioca, I sincerely hope you know better than to call pterodactyls dinosaurs. If you do not, then I must educate you. But no, I am indeed a Deinonychus. Um, Ever given the chance to name a dromaeosaur, what would I name it? Okay, that's tough. Um, that would probably depend on where I found it, honestly. Like what strata it was in, what was around it. I'd need to know the context to give a definitive answer. Sadly, I know that's probably not very satisfying. And Tapioca says, "Teach me, Daddy." Okay, fine. Pterodactyls are not dinosaurs. Pterodactyls belong to pterosaurs, which are related to dinosaurs, but are not dinosaurs themselves. In fact, within the group of Archosaura, they are the closest relations to dinosaurs. Together, they form the clade Ava metatarsalians, which basically just means bird metatarsals, because scientists are weird. Uh, they are they're not exactly inclusive group, but they're you need a whiteboard? Okay, fine. Let me pull up Paint. All right, screen share change. Okay, so here we have Paint, okay? And I'm gonna be drawing a bit. So all the way up here we have vertebrates, and vertebrates split into a few different groups. Over here we have amphibians, so like, frogs with a little hoppy hop. That is a frog. And then also splitting off, we have mammals, which I'm going to draw like a little rat. Okay, there's mammals. See, it's a rat. It has big ears. Also weasels. And then we have the reptiles. And the reptiles, we have one group, which are the lepidosaurs. Those are your like classic lizards and snakes. Okay. Then we have the archosaurs. Now, archosaurs are stuff like crocodilians, which I'll represent here like the lizards, but they got like they got more scales and stuff, right? They're crocodiles. And then from there, we have two different creatures. We have the pterosaurs, which, they fly. They got big heads with a crest, and they fly. And we have the dinosaurs, which I'll just show with a little like dinosaur. Right? Now up here, we have all vertebrates. Then we lose the amphibians. We lose the mammals, and the lizards, the crocodiles. Then here, in this group, these are the avametatarsalines, which I'm not here. I can use text. I think that's roughly spelled correctly. The avametatarsalines, which is the dinosaurs and the pterosaurs. Pterosaurs are over here. Dinosaurs are over here. That's where they split. That's fun. You can't read. Oh, Jesus. It has bird foot. Bird foot do good thingy. Ubirajara? Jubatus. That is a weird dinosaur. What? Huh. Sorry, I guess I should probably share the Wikipedia page I'm looking at. That is weird. Slender monophyls. Elongate ribbon-like structures? The hell? That is weird. Huh. Huh. That was a weird little dinosaur. Hmm. Oh, and also a minute ago, I did not miss this. Oldest head crest. I don't know. Um, Depends on what you want it to be made of, like feathers or um. It's not Archaeopteryx. It's um. See, I'm reading. Hmm. So to answer Bree's question, I believe the dinosaur Anchiornis had a head crest. It was also one of the earlier birds, but I believe it had a head crest. What were giant sails for? So there's a few different hypotheses depending on what creature you're talking about. For early synapsids like Dimetrodon and Adaphosaurus, thermoregulation seems to be a decent hypothesis, honestly. Like help keep it cool and warm it up in the morning. Because we're not sure if they were warm or cold blooded yet, and a big sail would help them warm up in the morning. For stuff like dinosaurs, though, like Spinosaurus, it's a bit more complicated because they would have been, if not fully warm blooded, then at least mesothermic. So maintaining a high body temperature by virtue of being a large animal. Um, and in that case, the most likely explanation is probably just a display feature, which sadly is, you hear it enough in paleontology, it almost sounds like a cop out, but I mean, really, when you have something really big and ridiculous, good chance of it being a display feature. And it actually popped up in a lot of different dinosaurs too. Like it popped up in uh, ornithischians. Like this is Oranosaurus. It lived a bit earlier than um, Spinosaurus, but it also had a weird big sail. Um, Other dinosaurs did too, or like oh, I can't spell, but Concavenator here was a Carcharodontosaurid, meaning it's sort of related to Allosaurus and Giganotosaurus. It had a weird little crest above its hips, which we have no idea why. And it might have even had a giant relative that could have also had a similar feature called Meraxes. This is a giant Giganotosaurid, which has a very similar weird pattern to the vertebrae above the hip, but sadly, we don't have any real bits of the vertebrae ahead of the hip, which would tell us if it actually had those bones or not. Um, yeah, there's a lot of weird creatures. Then you have some that had them on like the neck. like a Margosaurus, which we're not 100% sure if it had sails or spikes, but could have had sails. And I think current research is actually leaning towards that, which, if so, it's real freaking neat. That's for sure. Okay, Dilophosaurus didn't have a neck frill, and I'm sure you know better than that, Sydney. But it did have the big crusts, which pretty neat. Um, Big crests would have been a very, very active carnivore. Honestly, probably pretty neat. Weird to see in real life, though. But I mean, that goes for most dinosaurs. Like I follow a channel called the Skeleton Crew, which is 5 different paleontologists just examining the dinosaurs actually in the game I've been playing tonight. Jurassic World Evolution 2. They look at all the dinosaur designs and talk about how accurate they are, the history of the animals, and their representation in the game. It's really neat stuff. And earlier today, I was listening to an episode where they were talking about sauropods. And can we stop and think about it for a moment? Sauropods are really freaking weird. Like, there is nothing like them today. And it's just kind of nuts. Like, we think of them as the archetypical big dinosaurs or archetypal big dinosaurs, but they're so weird. Like, if I can just find this thing's skull really quick, and it's not even the weirdest one, mind you, this is Camarasaurus. Like, this is its skull, and if you study anatomy at all, this is a really weird skull. Oh dear. Like, the eye would have been all the way back here. This is just a random hole. Up here is the nose. It had, like, these are the nares where your nostrils come out. Probably would have, like, the actual nose hole would have been down here. The ear probably trapped somewhere over here, I think. No, I think down here, but I could be wrong. Like, there is a weird skull. And the weirdest thing is, it's not even the weirdest sauropod skull. Like, here's Diplodocus. It's it's another sauropod. It's a really long sauropod. Its skull doesn't look as weird at first glance, but if you look at the teeth, those teeth are just pegs. There are pegs in the front of the mouth, and according to our current reconstructions, they would have shed the teeth and regrown them all at once, like a block of pavement just pushing out. I don't know if that even makes any sense, but just they're weird. And like, this thing's skull is the size of a horse's, and the entire animal was like 70 feet long. Like, on like, your average individual could be like 60 feet long. Like, it's just absurd. Like, look how tiny that head is. And it had to eat like hundreds of pounds of food every single day just to stay alive. Sauropods are just, they're crazy. Anyway, that was a fun mini rant. Thanks, Tap and Bree. Oh, that was fun. Dear. Back to the game for now, I suppose. Quite welcome. Yeah. Really, you're missing forest. You don't have enough trees. Fine. And thus God said, "Let there be trees." Let's get some more attractions, Attract more guests, get more people to the park to see the dinosaurs. That never hurt anybody. I think there was a whole movie series about how cool it is to see dinosaurs and how there are no repercussions. Speaking of which, I want to focus on these guys for a half second because they're weird. I also sadly need to open up another beer. I actually managed to find a beer that I don't hate, which is actually kind of news for me. I'm not a beer person, but these aren't bothering me near as much as I thought they would. Oh, looks like they were hunting. So apparently these guys like velociraptors. So maybe I'll go ahead and unlock velociraptors. What do I need for them? Oh, I need 3 stars. Of course I do. Need to have a 3-star park. Yeah, Al, you mentioned you were in bed. I'm surprised you're still up. Nice to have you around, but I'm surprised. Also, I was told earlier that you make music, but I don't believe I've ever heard your music. Is it any good? And if so, do you have any fun pieces to share? I'm actually kind of curious. Like, I'm always on the lookout for. Well, okay, Tap says it's terrible. But I'm always on the lookout for new music. Enjoy adding stuff to my playlist every now and then. I'm also just training my scientists so they can be better at their jobs. Also, to be fair, Tap, I don't know what your taste in music is, so I'm not sure if you're really the best judge for if Al's music is any good. I mean, being in California, I have no idea what you like. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. Sadly, I wish Kiki was here, but sadly she is asleep, as she is not a night owl, unlike me. Mhm. And Jester is gone, apparently. Allegedly. Hypothetically, the Weasel Mafia may have gotten to him. I, I'm sorry, Tap, and I mean no offense by this. You are about as threatening as a wet pancake. And I think I mean no offense. Do I? Do I not? Do or do not? I am try. Who knows? Okay, Tap. Maybe people choke on pancakes. Do people choke on you? That is the true question. Dear. Dear, dear, dear. Well, what are the lyrics, Al? Because last I checked, Convoy was still under copyright. Oh, that's fair. Oh, well, hey, we have a vote of confidence from Tapioca. Mm. I need more sciency scientists, apparently. Mm, yeah, all right. Well, okay, Tapioca, do you want to come work in my park? Doors over there. You're free to walk in whenever. You know, a lot of people can't sing Al, but the real question is how good are you with auto tune? Because when in doubt, just have the computer sing for you. I'm told it works every time. Or at least 70% of the time it works every time. To be fair, I corrected myself. 70% of the time it works every time. Hey, to be fair, the error bars could be plus or minus 50%. Who knows? That's a sciencey answer, right? Concavenator. I could go for a concave. Oh, wait, that's already done. Jeez. I mean, Al, as long as your music has fans, like, there's plenty of terrible music that has fans, and you're probably better than them. That's fair. That's fair. There's been a few times I've been tempted to get into making music, at least some of it. You know, seems like it can be fun. Does anyone out there want to join me? Like, I'm just kind of saying nothing. Hey, there we go. Hey, Tap, have you considered dancing for Owl's music? That could help it. Murderers do have ears, but they can also have taste. Sometimes. I've heard. Maybe. Potentially. On occasion. Also, I just realized the CEO of this park is drunk and authorizing $3.5 million ventures. They have some trust that I don't. Also, I do have a new dino I can release. So what I'm making now is Pelicanimimus, which is one of the earliest ornithomimosaurs. They're actually notable for having a ton of teeth, which is really weird for their group. Usually their group is basically toothless. Oh, here they come. Oh man, and I'm through all my beers. Oh well. That's kind of pretty. Need more tea or more leaf? Oh. I think I have room for leaves. Some. much do these guys need? Oh dear. Oh yeah, hadrosaurs had like an absurd number of teeth. Like I think they routinely reached several hundred, if not thousand. Just absurd, honestly. They had what we call tooth batteries, which is a horrifying concept. Just massive brackets of teeth completely filling their mouths. Let's see, where are the Pelicani mimes? Need a bit more leaf. Okay. I can get you a bit. There we go. Now they're happy. And like that, another dinosaur added to the park. Another panicking dinosaur. Feathers are a little weird, but I mean, at least they have feathers, which is more than you can say for a lot of the creatures in this game. Oh wait, how much? What's their rating? Yeah, it's about what I expected. Hey, at least they're cheap, I guess. Brontosaurus, Majungasaurus, Pterodactylus. Sabri, fun fact. For some reason in this game, Albertosaurus really likes Carnotaurus? And I really don't get it. Does the existence of Troodons imply the existence of Falstodons? I mean, considering Troodon means wounding tooth, I'm not sure. But I mean, they're invalid anyway. There we go. What do I need? Still need 3 stars. Okay. Well, hopefully these will help with my star rating. Could place a small enclosure over here. Let's see, what's a smaller dinosaur I could plug in here? Oh, I could do Gigantoraptor. People were talking about wrong proportions earlier. Gigantoraptor is an obscene monster, is probably the best way to put it. Come on and shake a tail feather. You know, I've mentioned it before. Sorry, I've mentioned it before, but if anyone ever wanted to, like, draw fan art for my channel, I'd be down to showcase it. Even if it was me shaking my tail feathers. Also, though, I will be right back. Oh, fresh. I will be right back, and I'll leave y'all in the loving care of the Titanus. I'm sure they won't do anything wrong. And I am back. Sorry, cat needed taken care of. Let's see. What? That one was green. The Titanus? Yeah, it's pretty green. These guys are a little more dangerous than dodos. Just a bit. Actually, what's their? Not great rating. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. They do that a lot. They're kind of irresponsible drivers. Oh, not Jeholopterus. I could start an Appalachiosaurus, I guess. And you know what? Let's get some more Titanus. Like they're pretty. They're nice. Mm. I'm a little surprised no one else has wanted to hop in though. Like this is an open stream. If anyone wants to. Oh dear. Where's the rat, Tapioca? Go ahead. Go hunting. Have fun. Make sure to woo plenty. In the meantime, got some new ones. You're a blood red. Jeez. Ain't you pretty? Well, you want more food, though. I mean, that's fair, I guess. There we go. Happy Titanus. Is that all? Nope, one more Gigantoraptor. Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Oh, this this next creature is going to be interesting, shall we say. This is Gigantoraptor. And it is needlessly big, shall we say. It is horrifying that this creature ever existed on this earth. Its very existence is an affront to gods everywhere. I'm just releasing it in here at first. All right. Behold, true horror. No, Jester. This thing would turn its head around 180 degrees and kill you. These things are absolutely horrifying, and they will actively murder anything in the immediate vicinity they don't like, or just in general. Like they murder. These are giant murder birds. They might fool you into thinking they're cute, but they are horrifying. And tell me more, fell asleep. Yeah, I mean, it happens. And now my chat has role players. This is truly a new low for the channel. Well, you're wrong, Sydney. You are very wrong. How dare you? This one is kind of pretty, though. Nice dark blue. Oh, and there it goes. This one's dodging and weaving and dodging and weaving, and it's gone. Yeah, they are omnivores, and they are absolutely horrifying. Just as a creature. Because they started tiny and then they grew, and they didn't stop growing. Seems like the kind of creature that would benefit from a zip line and its enclosure. There we go. All right, what do you need? You need more water. Okay. And they're happy. Hmm. And now they're fighting. Oh dear. Oh, and I'm now at 3 stars. I think I will stop the stream after I get some velociraptors, honestly. It's been fun, but it's kind of getting a little late, you know? Alright, let's start getting raptor DNA. You know, Tap, I'm surprised you're not more for spider fucking, considering all the ooh wooing you're doing in my chat. But oh well. And Velociraptor is viable, but I'd like to get a bit higher DNA percentage. Just a bit. Let's see. Anyone have anything fun coming up in the next few days? Anything they want to share? Just out of curiosity. If you have any plans you want to share, feel free to go ahead and share them. Mm. Oh, Dan Stern Cardinal, I think is his name. If I have it right, that should be fun. Talking about science and creationism, I'm guessing. In my experience, that's most of what he does. I mean, not disparaging him. That's most of what I do too. Ooh, walkway awning. And Tapioca gets to dive into some science fiction. That sounds fun. Ooh, okay, that is fun actually. Pick his brain about human evolution. Hmm. I wish I had some questions about human evolution to pass on, but sadly, I understand most of it, as far as I know. Like it's pretty straightforward, unless you're a creationist. It's pretty easy to understand. Now, Dromaeosaur evolution. I wish we had a bit more to work with. Just, as a, just in general, sadly, we don't really have much. Like Dromaeosaurs should have evolved in the mid to late Jurassic, but we have very few fossils of them from that time, sadly. Also, of course, I have modded Velociraptor. And here's the thing, dinosaurs appear with different traits in this game. And one of those traits is aggressive. Aggressive dinosaurs will pick a fight with anything that isn't their own species. And they're really, really not worth having. At least in multi species pens. Because they'll pick a fight and someone will die, and it sucks. But yeah, this mod, I don't remember if it makes them exactly the right size, but they look better than they do in the film, at least. Oh, as you'll see, after a Titanus moves out of the way, there's one just laying in the middle of the walkway. Oh, and they're released, but the cinematic didn't play because the Titanus was there. Ah, dear. Yeah, they're small and they're pretty looking. They want forest though. They want a lot of forest. All right, fine. I'll expand your cage a little bit. There we go. Got a bit of forest in here. And add a few more velociraptors. Woohoo! Aren't they pretty? I don't think their eyes move, sadly, but they look better than the normal Jurassic Park ones. At least in my completely unbiased opinion. Oh, they formed a pack with the Titanus. Well, that's kind of neat. And they need more space. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, hey, free dinosaurs. Let's see. Do these Basilodon? Yeah, they have more than enough space. Mhm. There's a whole bunch over there. I can expand out into, I guess. Yeah, that's a path. Uh-oh. Mm. Oh dear. I didn't expect them to form a pack. Mm. Oh, there's the Sinosauropteryx. Yeah, I'll put them in here with the giant murder birds. I'm sure they'll be fine. As for over here, I'll expand their home a bit. Hopefully this is enough. Oh dear, they started trying to escape. I'll just sell a few velociraptors. But with that said, I said after I got them, I'd call the stream to a close. It's been fun, you know? Thanks for joining, everybody. Hope you've had a good evening so far, or day, wherever you are, be you American or Aussie or etc. It's nice having y'all. Next week, Creation Science Theater will be back to its normal-ish, normal-ish schedule. We'll be covering a creationist as usual. Yeah, been fun having y'all. Thanks for joining me and Beamsy earlier. Have a good one.